Hi Conley Clan fam! Today I have what I think is a super exciting video for you guys. We are going to do a flashback video. We have been talking recently about going on vacation. We are going to take the kids down to Corpus Christi where Sean, I, and Jade, Lily, and Gavin went when we thought we were moving. And the kids were so upset that they didn't get to go with us, and we are going to take them there so they get that experience. If you are not aware, the kids did not get to go with us because at that time they had to go back to their birth mom. They were there for 6 weeks with their birth mom, and during that time we thought that we were going to be moving to either Arizona or Texas. And so we hopped in our RV, got rid of everything we owned except for what we could fit in our RV, and we took off. And so I want to share with you guys that time in our life because we were not on YouTube yet. So stick around and catch our flashback. All right, so let's start out with, it was about August 3rd, and our group of 6, which at the time we had 5 of them, went back to their birth mom. And it was an extremely sad and difficult time for us. But we also thought we were going to take a brand new adventure. We thought we were going to move, and we originally thought we were going to move to Phoenix, Arizona. And so we got our RV ready. Sean got it all washed up.
Are you guys cleaning the RV? Getting it ready to leave?
Are we gonna leave now?
Not now.
We got all the tires changed. We got rid of every single thing that we owned. Let me tell you guys, that is really tough. We had 7 years of stuff in our house, and it just kept accumulating and accumulating. And it took us a little over a month to get to sell or to take things to the dump or to donate all of our items except what we could fit in our RV and in the back of our truck that was pulling the RV, and then I drove behind in our Honda Civic, and so we did have some things in there too. That was really tough, trying to purge everything and then only decide to keep what you could fit. But we did it. We did that, and we hopped in our RV and we were headed to Phoenix, Arizona. It was a 19-hour drive, and we drove straight through. We made one stop, which was at the kids' house. So we got to see the 6 kids on our way to Phoenix. We wanted to make sure that if we didn't see them for a while, we had one last chance to say goodbye. And they happened to be with the person that they were transitioning back and forth between their mom and her. And so they were with her at the time, and so we were able to stop and see them, which was really nice. I really enjoyed being able to do that, give them hugs and kisses one last time. Then we were on our way to Phoenix, Arizona. We ended up staying in Flagstaff our first night, and that is a really cool place. A lot of trees. I really loved it. What I don't love is I hate snow, and so that was not one of the places we had considered moving. On that journey, we made multiple stops at gas stations, but Jade did get to have her picture next to the dinosaur. We had our 2 dogs that we had at the time, which was Piper and Miko, with us. And we ended up staying in a RV park, and I cannot remember, it was in the Phoenix area. I cannot remember which suburb it was in, but we stayed there for just a couple nights, and then we decided that we were going to head up towards Prescott. And Prescott was one of the places that I had done a lot of research on in Arizona. It was up kind of towards into the mountains, and it looked like a really great area. And so we ended up staying at an RV park there called Point of Rocks.
Say we made it!
We made it.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights.
Hi.
Are you guys having fun?
Yeah.
Are we camping?
Yeah.
There's Dad.
Let's figure out where the road goes.
And the kids had a lot of fun. It was really cool, had tons of rocks and trees around it. And so we scouted out places. During this time, we had checked out Sedona, which Sean and I had actually gone to Sedona a year or 2 before that. And we had a really cool vacation there. So we really wanted to check out Sedona to see if it was one of the places maybe that we would want to put down roots. So we had a lot of adventures in Sedona. We got to walk through a creek, and we walked through one of their RV parks that they had there. And then we also got to check out the oh gosh, what are they called? The rocks there, and I can't, like Cathedral Rock and those type of places, which are really neat. And we got to do, I feel like, a lot of fun things there. But it just didn't feel like home because it's so touristy, and you know, it's really busy during the summer, and then it's kind of busy during the winter too, because a lot of retirees come there, and we just weren't sure that it was a good family town. And so then we decided that we were going to do some boondocking. And if you're not familiar with what boondocking is when you take your RV and you go out in the middle of nowhere with no hookups, and it's just like a piece of land, and you set up your RV and you camp there.
You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down.
So we did some boondocking it was up a little ways into the mountains, and so we found a spot that was really cool, and we boondocked. And at this time I was doing homeschooling for Jade and Lily, and Gavin was not in school yet. He was preschool. So this was definitely an experience. It was extremely hot. Our air conditioning had a hard time keeping up, and Sean we have a little laser pointer gun that tells you the temperature of things, and he pointed it at the ground, and it was 138 degrees on the ground, which was crazy. I got bit by a fire ant, which I think it was a fire ant, and I was in the most severe pain I have ever been in my life. And it lasted probably about 2 hours, and I almost thought I was going to have to go to the emergency room because it wasn't going away, but it did eventually go away. But that was awful. Eventually we decided to go back to an RV park where we had hookups for sewer and water and electricity. And so we ended up staying a couple nights in Mesa, Arizona at a nice little RV park. And while we were there, we decided that, you know, Arizona just probably was not going to be for us. It was so different from what we are used to. You know, in Nebraska, we get all 4 seasons. We get a lot of extremes on weather. We get extreme cold. We get extreme hot. As a matter of fact, yesterday it was 105 here. And so we get a lot of extremes for weather. But with the colder weather and a lot of rain, and you know, we're used to big yards full of grass and lots of trees with leaves and beautiful flowers for half the year. And none of that was really in Arizona. And it was just so different. And so we decided that we were going to go check out Texas instead. And we didn't really have to put down roots anywhere specific. We were on a journey to see if we could find somewhere that we really loved. And so we hopped in the RV, got it all ready to go, and we headed to Texas. So we stopped in San Antonio, which it was from Phoenix. It was, I think it was a 16-hour drive. So we drove 19 hours to Arizona. We stayed there for 2 weeks, and then we drove about 16 hours, I think it was, to San Antonio. And we stopped at an RV park in San Antonio, and we got the RV park for 2 weeks. And during this time, we decided that we were going to drive around Texas, and we were going to try to find a place to put down roots there, because Texas is a lot similar to Nebraska. There's grass and trees, but it was beautiful, and they have beautiful weather there. And so we were really super excited about trying to find a place there. So we drove around in all the different areas and neighborhoods, and we went to Corpus Christi several times and checked Corpus Christi out. Now, Sean loves the water. He just has this huge pull towards water, and I am not so much like that, but I do really like the ambiance that you get, the feel that you get from being, by the ocean, the smell, the breeze, and the nice weather, and just that stuff that goes along with being near the ocean. And so we both decided that Corpus Christi was going to be the place for us. And we visited there several times. The kids got to swim. First, we went to Padre Island. And they got to swim in the ocean there. And then we checked out Portland and Rockport. And Rockport had a nice little beach where it was very kid friendly, and the kids could walk out really far, like about a mile out.
From cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down, but we get up and start from the ground.
And I think it's a bay right there, so it's not necessarily the ocean, but they were able to swim in that. It was super calm, and they had a lot of fun. So we decided that that was probably where we were going to end up moving, and we were just waiting on our time to end at the RV park.
Mom, do I think we go underwater?
Yep.
Oh, Dad. It's not a fish. It's my toe. Ow!
So that way we could go to Corpus, and we were going to rent an RV spot in Corpus and then search for a house. At this time, it was about a week maybe into our stay at the Texas RV park, maybe a week and a half. And that is when I got the phone call telling me that the kids were back in care, and that they asked if we wanted to take them. And of course, we had been talking about them a lot. We really missed them. We did get to talk to them on the phone a couple times, which was really nice. During that time, two of the kids had birthdays, and so we did get to say hi to them. Especially, I remember John calling on his birthday, and we got to talk to him. And so we ended up being there about a week and a half, got the phone call, and then we said, yes, of course, we want to take the kids. And so we ended up driving 16 hours back to Nebraska to North Platte to pick up the kids. Guys, I would not have had it any other way. Yes, I hate the Nebraska weather, but I would much rather had my kids than, care about the weather. So now, Sean and I thought we were going to move to Corpus. We didn't. We moved back to Nebraska. We were able to get our kids. We were able to adopt them, which was amazing. And now here we are in Nebraska, and we really miss Texas. And so we thought it would be a great idea to take the kids because they were so bummed that they did not get to go with us on that adventure, that we wanted to take them on that adventure with us now so they could experience the same thing. If you guys have made it this far in the video, thank you so much for watching. If you have not yet subscribed to our channel, click here to subscribe to our channel. And if you have not yet seen our video, Where Are We Going? Click here to watch that video next. Bye.